The look of Battlefield 6 has been a big topic of conversation, and what I mean by that is how the color of the game just kind of looks degraded. There's been many content creators out there color correcting gameplay, and it looks a lot cleaner, a lot nicer, a lot brighter, a lot more colorful. But the developers have gone to Reddit and started answering some of these questions about why the game looks like it does, and the answer kind of surprised me. Before I get into all the details, be sure, of course, if you enjoy the video, to hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that sub button. I would appreciate it. And check out Control Freak. All their information is linked down in the description. A lot of people were used to older Battlefield titles having those brown, gray, blue kind of tints to them, and that was just the style that Battlefield used a long time ago. And they even talked about using that kind of just blue general filter back in the day. But now, the game being in 2025, a lot of people thought that it would be brighter, it would be more colorful, because even Battlefield 2042 is a more colorful game than Battlefield 6. And one of the developers went to Reddit and said the biomes, temperatures, and creative intent should be taken into consideration when it comes to these things. It isn't a filter, it's the actual atmosphere vibe of each particular location. So they're saying that they're designing the color scheme of that particular map by its atmosphere and kind of the vibe they're wanting to give that particular map. I guess that's why you could take something like Liberation Peak and it looks kind of a grayed out, just kind of a not really pretty map to me. And then you take, of course, the New York map, which is a little bit brighter, a little bit more colorful with the the buildings and things like that. The more red and orange looking colors to the brick, and the pavement looked even brighter. So it seems like they're going with a map by map basis on how they want the map to look, atmospheric wise, vibe wise, everything. He also went on to talk about the team is always working to fine tune the game. It's still in development after all, but we'll continue to work through the feedback. It has changed from Battlefield Labs pre-alpha to open beta and then some. The team is ensuring that there are distinct visual aesthetics to each map. After all, they do take place in different parts of the world, and therefore, as stated, they have different biomes, temperatures, and kind of what you expect for those regions is what they're going for. Going back to what I said earlier, these are not filters, but actual grading and design choices playing out to ensure visual differences. Gone are the days of putting blue on everything, which I know some comments have referred to. I will chat, of course, with the level design team and see what they can improve and share that information in the near future. So he did admit, like Battlefield 3, they had that blue filter on it. A lot of the older Battlefield games always have had that kind of odd-looking gradient filter. It seems now that these are being designed more to kind of affect where the map is located, the atmosphere, the temperature, everything they can do. And like I said, the vibe they're going for. Overall, I expect it to look a little bit better in the final version. Of course, us playing a beta is still an older version of the game. That was probably not the newest version of the game. As we all know, betas are always several months old when it comes to the product, or to where the product is at that time, In general, I think the game will look better. I think it will look brighter. But I don't expect it to be much different because I think they're going for that gritty, realistic style look with these different areas that they're in. And also, I do think it being brighter would probably just visually look good to everyone when playing it. But at the same time, sometimes when Battlefield has gone with different brightness on maps, it seems like it's really hard to see enemies, and I know it's still hard to see enemies in some of the darker maps or the darker style visual maps. I think that is one thing they're trying to get right there is visuals. That's always been an issue in Battlefield, so I'm sure that plays a part in it. But overall, I feel like Battlefield 6 does not have some of the maps visually that it did in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. I will say probably, even though they were not my two favorite Battlefields by any means, the map design and the way the maps looked were amazing in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. Now, there were some maps in both of those games that were just kind of that drab look, that were grayed out and browned out, where that idea of how they color schemed it was just kind of the basic gray, browns, or blues. But some of the maps in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 looked absolutely phenomenal. They were very vibrant, pretty colors. I think we may get a couple maps like that in Battlefield 6. I will be curious to see if they go back in and touch anything up, since a lot of people have been discussing this now, since there's been kind of blown up on the internet about how the game looks if you put some different filters on it, or you kind of brighten the gradient parts of the maps and make it look more clean, more bright, more realistic, whatever you want to do there. I still think we're going to get pretty much what we had in the beta, maybe touched up just a bit. But going forward, we might see some more maps brought into the game for content-wise, DLC, seasons, whatever. I think those might be a little bit brighter. I think they could maybe start working on brightening up the maps, brightening up how the game looks. But at the same time, it's going to be hard to do if it's going to interfere with the visuals of you actually playing the game. So we'll have to wait and see. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the color grading in Battlefield 6. Do you like the way it's been designed? Do you like that kind of gritty, grayish, brownish, blue kind of tint that the game has? Or would you like to see a lot more vibrant, bright colors? Leave me a comment with your thoughts, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.